Alright, good evening everyone, and welcome to the third annual STEM Night. My name is Kayla Wong, and I am a senior at East Brunswick High School, as well as the founder of STEM Night. Looking back at the numerous STEM Nights that I've organized and created, I'm so grateful for the opportunity that I had to share my love for STEM. First off, I want to thank Mr. Andrew Scanlon, the STEM chairperson of East Brunswick Public Schools, who helped me organize these events for the past 3 years. I also want to thank the East Brunswick Public Library for coming to the event, and Danilo Montes, Michael Shen, Ken Guan, and the Science Honor Society for volunteering. I really can't have done it without you guys, so let's give a round of applause to them. Alright, so first we're going to start off with speeches from myself, Kenan, and Mr. Scanlon, and then we will be moving into our stations. So today's talk is called The Fire Inside of Us, and you may have heard me reference this fire in my previous talks. When we think of fire, we think about this gigantic chemical reaction that keeps on growing if received enough fuel and oxygen. It's a tool that changed the lives of early humans and evolved us into who we are today. But it's also something that lives inside of us. So what is fire? Well, fire is passion. Fire is love, both loving what you do, but also loving others. So fire is passion. The ability to chase your dreams and what you do, taking risks and stepping out of your comfort zone to do so. This summer I was an intern at the Cisco Computing Systems office in New York City, and this was one of the first times that I was exposed to working in the corporate world. I got to job shadow, learn about Cisco culture, as well as understand networking concepts, all for professionals in the field. It was my first time being in such an environment, and I absolutely loved it. For me, going to Cisco gave me real job experience, showing me what lies outside of the classroom walls, motivating me to keep chasing my dreams. See, I believe that there are things that a classroom cannot teach you. In this case, getting real job experience was an unforgettable lesson to me. It showed me skills that I need to pursue my passions and reinforce the love that I have for STEM. But this passion doesn't just come from nowhere. Sometimes finding your passion is tough, and it requires you to step out of your comfort zone. So I love public speaking, and it's one of my favorite pastimes. You may not believe this, but 4 years ago in 8th grade, I had terrible stage fright. I remember how getting up to give a presentation on the Battle of Saratoga was, to me, like giving the presidential address. But it was also in 8th grade that I went to my very first Model UN conference. Now, in the beginning, I was terrified. My hand shook as I raised my placard, and it was pretty bad. But as time went on, I began to raise my placard more often, realizing that speaking wasn't as scary as I thought. It was as though something had clicked, and weeks later, in the coming presentations I began to gain more confidence. See, you never know what putting yourself out there may do. This moment had changed my life forever, allowing me to speak here today. So I encourage you, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there or try something new, because you never know what it will bring you. Now, I find these qualities go hand in hand with having confidence in oneself. See, when you try something new, you're putting yourself out there. You're coming into a new environment and working with new people, and yes, it's pretty scary. But confidence is a weapon. It eradicates the fear that you have and doubts in one's mind when trying something new. It calms you, reassuring you of your abilities and your strengths. It was the most valuable weapon throughout my high school career. So take a moment to think. What is something that you have always wanted to do? Have you done it yet? If no, what held you back? And I want to encourage you today to be confident in yourself. And only then will these issues fade away. Fire is love, loving what you do, but moreover, loving others. After working and learning more about STEM, I was in love with pretty much everything. I love to explore it, I love to learn about it, and I love to promote it. But furthermore, as I continued high school, I realized how important it was to love and help others, to give back to those in the community. So I'm currently the president of Junior Achievement Student Leadership Committee, which is a nonprofit organization that works to spread STEM education to students in neighboring areas, as well as create a hackathon called HackJA. I also work for an organization called Code with Clossy that works to spread STEM education to young females wanting to learn more. And in both of these cases, I work to give back, to inspire people to pursue STEM education, but even further, their dreams. I can't stress enough how important it is to inspire others. You're never too young to inspire. You could inspire one person or 100. Now, at Junior Achievement, I have a small team that work under me. And so I have your typical seniors on my team, I have juniors, but I also have freshmen. And a lot of people ask me, why? Why do I have freshmen? And it's because I believe that everyone has certain skills within them, whether it be leadership or public speaking. It's there inside of you. Only it has to be harnessed. And for many, it's through experiences that this is achieved. In 8th grade, a senior in high school, student, had worked with me to develop my public speaking skills in time for a MUN conference. I worked to do the same for others, to work with others and help them grow as people, and help them grow their skills, just as someone had for me. Never give up on someone just because they have less experience than you. Instead, help them, because you never know how much of an impact it may have on them. So I want to encourage you today to step out of your comfort zone, to try something new. You just may come to love it. So I'm going to leave you with this. High school and school in general is hard work, but one of the most rewarding experiences that you will ever have. I really can't express how important it is to take every step and every opportunity to learn something new about yourself, to realize what you enjoy. And once you do that, you will see a world of opportunities rise up in front of you. You'll see things that once had no meaning now have a significant meaning in your life. You will gain courage in yourselves and in your abilities. And it is then that you will see the fire growing inside of you, burning bright for all to see. Thank you.